Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to your weekly Gacha recap, a video series where I go over the latest news, pre-registrations, test phases, new releases, everything that happened in the Gacha genre in one easy to digest format. Hey, if you weren't already aware, I have a Gacha review channel called Stix Players where I deep dive into Gacha games, new and old. If you weren't already, consider subscribing to that channel, hitting a little bell notification, that way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post every Sunday. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Ash Echoes is a brand new upcoming tactical strategy gacha game releasing very soon. In light of this, they released their version 1.0 trailer, Voyagers and Everlasting Shadows. I do have a dedicated video of this up as part of my Worst Gacha Ever series. If you're interested in whether or not you should play the game, I strongly urge you to take a look at that video or to take a look at the game because I did have some fun in it. Azur Lane is holding an Asayoru Maid Cafe collab coming this December. This is a bunny maid cafe. I don't know anything about Asayoru or whatever the maid cafe is, but I like what I see. I like the ship waifus in maid outfits, as I'm sure the vast majority of you do as well. Any collab that has Azur Lane characters is a win, and this is no different. CSUN, the developers of Snowbreak, had to fire a ton of people recently with regards to their latest event. Apparently, the people that wrote the event and the people that proofread the event did a horrible job. The story portrayed characters with entirely different personalities. There was a whole lot of drama in China concerning this. They've taken the entire new chapter down and not only fired the staff that were involved, but are also attempting to make changes to the story to remedy the issues. This is quite the undertaking, and more drama on top of the already recent censorship drama that was going on. Snowbreak, although a fantastic game, is suffering bad right now. They are not having a good month. Girls Frontline 2, which is holding a global test phase in the next few days, rolled out a preview of their closed beta test. I uploaded a video of my reaction to my Stix Clips channel if you're interested in checking that out. If you're not, this is a very good trailer. The end of that trailer, I think, I'm not going to spoil it. You're not going to be disappointed in probably the game or the trailer. Horizon Walker just rolled out into early access globally. This is not the Korean well, no, let me rephrase. This is the Korean version. I logged into this using my Korean credentials, and apparently the global version and the Korean version shared the same game overall. This is, for all intents and purposes, the Korean version with a very low quality English patch, I guess, just thrown over the top and released into early access. Like, Google Translate could have done a better job at translating this game than they did at localizing it. I'm assuming they're going to improve the localization before official release. I'm hoping they're going to do this. I streamed this yesterday. I plan on streaming it today and tomorrow as well. If you want to come over on Twitch, check it out personally. Wuthering Waves officially rolled out the trailer for version 1.4. Version 1.4, When the Night Knocks, is releasing on November 14th. I have a dedicated video on this. I go over everything that 1.4 has to offer, things you cannot miss, all the improvements, the alterations, the overhauls, the new features, everything. That is what Papa Stix is here for, to keep you guys up to date. If you don't want to check that out, then just jump into the game and play it on November 14th. Camellya is coming home, guys. Chaos Zero Nightmare released their first full gameplay trailer, and it looked freaking good. There are some people that didn't like it, but I think the vast majority of players thought it looked really good. It blends both 3D characters and chibi characters together. It has a turn-based, card-based style of combat. It looked really good. I have a video on this as well. If you're interested in seeing the trailer and seeing my reactions and my thoughts on it, I urge you to check that out. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Infinity Nikki teased a December 4th release date on the PlayStation Store. PlayStation Store seems to be semi-accurate when it comes to release dates, so this very well might be a placeholder date. The iOS store listed it as December 31st, so it seems unusual that the PlayStation store would list it as the 4th if it wasn't going to release on the 4th. Zenless Zone Zero release version 1.3 Virtual Revenge. There were some bugs with this, some people were having issues with it, but overall, from what I've seen, it has been a very positively received patch thus far. Haze Reverb just launched, I think 3 days ago. I streamed this over on Twitch. This is a brand new idle gacha game. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't think the game's that great, but it is also one of the most degenerate gacha game releases of 2024. It's that gigantus gacha with very big, oversized characters. Neverness to Everness confirmed that they are releasing a closed beta test. This is open for Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. I really hope I get into this. I would love to be able to test this game, preview it for all of you to see, and give my genuine, honest thoughts on this. This is one of 2025's most anticipated upcoming action gacha games, and that is for a reason. Gran Saga Global is now officially live on the Epic Games Store, on Steam, on Android, and iOS. This is an anime MMO gacha that released in Korea, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. Made $100 million, was one of the biggest successes in Korean MMO history, and it's now available globally. Hoyo renamed Astaweave Haven, which was their upcoming Animal Crossing slice of life, happy farming life sim, to what I feel like is a ridiculous new name, Petit Planet. They've opened social media accounts everywhere for this. I don't know, I feel like Astaweave Haven was a much more bankable name, a more memorable name, a more unique name than Petit Planet, but who am I to judge? I'm not a multi-billion-dollar company. Dragon Sword, which is essentially the spiritual successor to Dragon Nest, confirmed that they are not only appearing at G-Star 2024, but showcased brand new footage for the game, which is great because, I mean, they've been kind of silent. They released a trailer, went silent for like a year, released another trailer, went silent, another trailer. I mean, G-Star 2024, it sounds great to me. I'd love to see more of what this game has to offer because I'm a big fan of Dragon Nest. Princess Connect Redive is ending their service on December 4th, 2024. This is the Thai version of the game. Punishing Gurren Raven released the new coding for Isla Kaleido, and looking at the splash art for the image in question, I've used this for a thumbnail before because it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's arguably one of the coolest skins I've ever seen. But the actual in-game version of this skin is even more cultured and degenerate. It's actually crazy. It's transparent and you can see everything. It is something else, man. Azur Promilia has officially been rated for the PS5, for PC, and for mobile in Taiwan. It received a PG-12 rating. Yeah, that kind of shocked me. I did a video on my thoughts on this if you're interested, but man, it's actually kind of crazy. And finally, a brand new gacha game project, 2/3 Utopia, was announced. I did a video on this as well. I reacted to this live. They released this in an 8-minute trailer. It's essentially a gacha gravity rush. This has went from, you know, out of nowhere to becoming one of my most anticipated gacha games of 2025. It goes Azur Promilia and then this. Then Arknights Endfield. That's it. This game really genuinely does look that good. You should definitely need to check that out. Now that is everything that happened in the gacha genre over the course of the last week. Hopefully now you guys are up to date. Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are gonna be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.